Rich Lowry wrote a powerful piece that appeared at the New York Post this morning. Win or lose, Trump is here to stay. And Rich is not. Remember, the National Review did everything it could, like a lot of the Never Trumper publications and Republican establishment types who hate Trump, and always did. They tried everything they could to stop him from being elected in 2016. Rich Lowry concedes Trump, pending the outcome in these battleground states, he may leave the White House, but he's not exiting the room. The fiercest Never Trump critics had hoped for and wishfully predicted a cleansing landslide, 2020 defeat so all-encompassing that every trace of Trump and his enablers would be erased from the Republican Party. That's not happening. Trump's poll and pundit-defying surge toward the cusp of a second term vindicates Trump's approach enough to give him and his potential successors continued traction, if not a dominant voice, in the party. Can we please remember the shellacking we took in 2008? When Bush left office, Obama won the presidency in a landslide along with a 60-seat Senate majority. That's not happening. Bob, you're on the Mike Gallagher Show in the ReliefFactor.com studios, 21 minutes before the hour. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, hi, Mike. I'm Bob from Long Island, New York. This is really important, Mike. I rewrote 4 very famous Frank Sinatra songs into awesome Trump campaign songs. These 4 songs are so powerful, Mike, they will go viral on YouTube. If you let.
Good. I love it. I want you to do well. Knock yourself out, and I hope you have big success with that. Dave, you're up. Hi, Dave.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Great, thanks. You know, I can't help but reflect back on as this campaign heated up at the very end here. And you know, I'm a long-time Trump supporter. I was before. And I think Donald Trump missed some amazing opportunities to really just be himself. And he succumbed to the rhetoric and the sophomoric speech. And yes, we all got thrown under the bus from the coronavirus, but he missed tremendous opportunity, in my humble opinion. And I voted for him. And
I love you. I love you. That's baloney. That's malarkey. You know,
so?
this guy fought in the final weeks of this campaign like nobody we've ever seen. Now you want to do, hang on a second. You want to do a postmortem now and say, oh, I don't like his tweets and he was mean and he missed it. Dave, come on. You're not a Trump supporter.
He missed one opportunity, which was the opportunity to say is, you didn't hire me to be politically correct. You hired me to be Donald
He said it
Trump.
over and over again. What are you talking about? He said, I'm not a politician. I don't know how to be a politician. Oh, God, come on. Knock it off, Dave. You missed it. Come on. Pay attention or stop trolling. 1-800-6... No, we've got no time for nonsense. Jerry, you're up. Hey, Jerry, welcome.
Yes, I live in Atlanta. A friend of mine, she lives in Fulton County. She was the first person to go vote downtown, and they told her, well, the machines aren't up. I'll give you a paper ballot. She said, no, I want to vote electronically. She went back 2 hours later. Well, the machines are still down. You want a paper ballot? She said, no. She called Brad Raffensperger, the Trump campaign.
I know. Hey, we're going to hear this we're going to hear this forever, Jerry. I know. Now, what are we going to do? What's next? We got to, the president is fighting hard. This team is fighting. And we could go stare at our navels and say, this is what happened yesterday. I get it. I've been hearing it all day. We're not going to do those. Please, let's talk about what's next. Here's what's next. We're going to fight hard for Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue. We're going to expect the president to exhaust all of his legal options. It's going to be okay. He's going to do just that. Jeff, you're up. How you doing, Jeff?
Hi, Mike. How are you, sir?
Good, sir. How you doing?
I'll tell you what, Mike, it's embarrassing to say that I live in Pittsburgh, and even more embarrassing that I say I live in Pennsylvania. And what they've done to this president with this garbage, our law is clear as day. You're not supposed to, 3 days, you're not, the day of the election is when the ballots are, the mail-in ballots are supposed to be in. They're out here postmarking stuff. It's an embarrassment. I'm so embarrassed, but you know what?
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And here's what's even more disgraceful is listening to people that are supposed to be on our side saying, oh, it's, there's no evidence of any kind of fraud. Show us the evidence. And all they're doing is showing the evidence. Rick Grinnell last night, a press conference, and he's giving pages and pages of evidence of all this crap that we're finding, the USPS finding thousands of votes over here and things like we know that, but listen, it is going to be an uphill climb. We know that. It always has been. Nothing has changed about that. The odds are against this president, and they always have been. That he's going to keep fighting. You got to keep the fight. It's not over. There's going to be a recount in Georgia. Americans' eyes are wide open. And what I do love about this whole process is we're engaged and we're aware like we've never been before because they've counted on us not paying attention. And that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. 800-655-Mike. Want to get a lot of voices in here quickly as possible. Chris, you're up. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, Mike,
Good.
I disagree with you on one point. You know, we can look
Sure.
at these Senate elections, but what they've done is so corrupt at a scale we've never seen before. Unless we fix this, we'll never win another election again.
I'm all ears. What can be done other than exhausting every legal avenue, and that's what the president and his team is doing. What else do you want done?
Every state Republican that's been elected needs to stand up, and we need to go through state by state and make sure these elections are transparent.
Well,
There's
that's
no
the
reason
fight.
in Michigan. In Michigan, 14,000 dead people voted. Are you kidding me?
That's the fight. But that's the
be finding these things, and our representatives are doing absolutely nothing.
Well, but there is a fight, and there is going to be a challenge, and there is going to be a legal battle in every single state where we saw all of these votes just magically appear overnight, and we know that. I mean, Kevin McCarthy again. It was a great point he made last night with Laura Ingraham on Fox News. You know, how does Trump lose when not a single Republican incumbent lost? Here was his point, which is so powerful.
But what's very interesting here and shows more of the fraud, not one Republican incumbent lost. We're already won 8 seats and we're ahead in 10 more. How would President Trump lose in an atmosphere like that? How is it possible that someone claimed that Joe Biden would win and not one Republican member of Congress lost re-election, but almost 15 Democrats did? And you know what's interesting happening? We're watching this go before our very eyes. Why is it in these major states that the big cities stop counting till all the rural votes come in, till they know how many more they need?
Now, Kevin McCarthy's been in politics a long time. He's a solid Republican leader in Congress. Incidentally, I don't like hearing, well, Republicans aren't fighting enough. Yes, we are. Everybody's fighting. The campaign, this is not over. But don't lose sight of what really did happen.